Hello, my Panda pals, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of recapping Happily Ever After, Season 8, Episode 14. Let's dive right in. Sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. Let's start things off with Gino and Jasmine. Jasmine is in the park doing some yoga, and Gino walks up to her and she gives him the nastiest side eye for ruining her peace. He suggests that they go out to eat and talk so that they can work things out, and Jasmine says that she will only go if he promises to be an adult so that they can have an adult conversation where they both get to take turns talking.
How can we get out of this mess of always getting in these stupid arguments? I really don't know how to move forward.
They get into the car and Jasmine is like, oh God, I'm so emotionally drained. And Gino is like, yeah, me too. And Jasmine's like, oh, poor baby Gino, he's emotionally exhausted. Would you like some cries with that wham burger? Jasmine tells us that she knows she said some mean things to him, but he said mean things right back. And yeah, you know, the eye for an eye mentality just doesn't really produce the healthiest of relationships. Jasmine tells us that this bickering has completely torched all of their future tickets to Pound Town, and that is just not normal for newlyweds. They sit down to eat and Jasmine starts to tell him that he really hurt her feelings by telling her that she is unattractive.
You don't see me as an attractive woman because of the things that I do.
I didn't say you were not attractive.
You did. You absolutely did. You did not say those words verbatim, but you absolutely implied them, and we are not dumb. Gino does apologize for saying hurtful things, but it was in response to the hurtful things she said to him. How he isn't a real man or a provider, and he tells her that it hurt him to pay for the pageant fees and be met with nothing but her bitterness.
I am sorry if I hurt your masculinity as a man and you felt less than a man. That was not my intention.
I don't know. You told him that he wasn't a real man or a provider. What other purpose would that have served other than to put him down and make him feel emasculated? Jasmine goes on to promise him on her life that she will do her best not to start arguments and that even if she is mad at him, she will still speak to him in a respectful manner.
I won't say hurtful things, but I want you to take the initiative in the intimacy.
It's gonna take some time.
It is very nice that Jasmine said that even if they are arguing, she's going to respect him. But that is either never gonna happen or take an incredibly long time to happen. I honestly don't think that she respects Gino as a person, like in general. And to be fair, I also don't think Gino respects her as a person in general.
I want you to find me attractive even if I argue.
Physically, I'm attracted to you. You're a very beautiful woman.
Jasmine immediately perks up and she smiles super big, and then she asks him what his favorite thing about her physically is, and he says he loves her big, perky smother brothers. I just need to point out that Jasmine is so stoked that he told her that she's physically attractive, and she's kind of not understanding that Gino is saying, I find you physically beautiful. It is just your personality that I find heinously abhorrent. And Jasmine's over here just going, tee-hee, he called me purty.
If I'm in a bad mood, this is your big toe. Just put it in my mouth.
So she shuts up.
Yeah, it's like a pacifier in my mouth.
True love.
Moving on to Angela and Michael. Angela gets on the phone with an immigration lawyer to figure out what her next steps are gonna be if she is indeed getting scammed.
He's Googled life insurance. This looks like a goddamn scam to me.
I mean, you might just be assuming a lot of things.
I do think it's funny that all of these people talk to lawyers as if they are therapists. The lawyer tells her that if she is concerned that this is a scam, then she's really not going to want this case to be approved because her and Michael have been married for 2 years.
Once he enters on the immigrant's visa, you'll be financially responsible for him.
So I guess Angela signed an affidavit that states that she is going to provide any additional support necessary for Michael to be at an income that is 125% of the federal poverty guidelines.
So basically, he could sue you, or if he ends up needing public assistance and using it, the government can sue you.
She goes on to explain that divorce does not end this obligation, and it goes on until Michael either becomes a US citizen or after 10 years' time.
I'm not the only one that be getting hurt. There's no way in hell that I would let anyone take my money from my family.
She asks the lawyer if she can stop the process herself, and the lawyer does tell her that she can. All she has to do is write an email to the embassy pulling her petition for support. However, she better make sure that this is what she really wants, because once she takes that petition back, that route is no longer an option for them in the future.
What I can stop doing is being there for him. And I don't have to be his wife. I can love him over there till I get over him.
Please tell Sophie this, because that is exactly what she needs to be doing with Robert. Angela meets up with Michael to get to the bottom of everything.
You want to tell me the truth, what I already know? That you scammed me? It's all here, because you possibly could go to jail tomorrow. Do you understand this?
Michael tells her that he can explain everything, so just ask any questions. So Angela starts by asking what the heck the stack of money wrapped in plastic was about. He tells her that that is not money. It was his Wi-Fi box that he had left back in Nigeria that he has someone send to him. When she asks about him sending her tax information over, he tells her that this was for the visa interview. He needed to gather all of the necessary documents, and one of the pieces needed to be corrected, so he had to send over the information, which I guess included her tax returns, and then they made the corrections and then printed it out for him. She then asks about his scam making all of this money connecting American women to Nigerian men, and he tells her that he has not been making any money.
Your whole team's going down. Take my phone! Take that phone! Get that phone!
Moving on to Ed and Liz. Liz is doing her best to keep composed, but it's proving difficult.
I understand why Liz is pissed off at me, but for her to come in and just fly off the handle, this is the main reason why I ended our relationship.
He goes on to tell us that they spent most of their time fighting, and that dynamic does not lead to a healthy relationship. And yes, he's absolutely right. Constantly fighting is not healthy for a relationship. But he's putting all of the blame on Liz. He keeps saying it takes two to make this relationship work. It takes two to tango. Yeah, it does. But bro, you're not even on the dance floor. Shut up. Liz hands Ed the keys, and he does apologize for blowing up at her mom, but then he completely negates the apology by basically saying that she deserved it.
Doesn't matter, Ed. You need to learn how to talk to women, period. Doesn't matter who comes at you.
Oh,
just know.
That's hearsay.
Doesn't matter.
Ed is like, well, you know, that is just your opinion. And Liz is like, oh my God, thank you for the apology. Shut up now.
You don't talk to women that way, period.
Okay, your mom wasn't being a woman. She was being a...
Just
How
stop.
did I embed?
Stop.
Then this absolute gem of a man tells Liz with the most heartfelt look of care on his dumb, stupid face that he wants her to learn from this experience.
I'm worried about your next relationship. I want you to be happy.
My next relationship.
And if you don't change, you're never gonna be happy.
If I don't change.
Correct.
If I don't change.
And no, he's not trying to say, I want you to learn from this experience by gaining self-worth and finding a man that is able to love you fully in the way that I could not. He's not saying that. He's saying, I hope you learn from this because I am perfect and you are losing me because you are such a bitch.
You don't know how to talk to women.
You don't.
Liz,
Why don't you
don't
just
know
be
how to
fine?
talk to men.
You're not a man, Ed. You're a child.
Okay, bye. Have a nice life.
Liz storms out into her car and cries with her mom by her side as she says that she wishes she had never met Ed. Ed is looking out the window like a f***ing creeper and tells us that he tries to give Liz the good, but she wouldn't accept it.
It's better to have to start over than to be in the wrong relationship.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. Huge shout out to my Panda patrons and my Panda benefactor. You guys are da bomb. If you like this video, please do consider subscribing. And if you'd like to learn how to provide additional support to me in this channel, click that link in the description to learn how you can be a Panda patron yourself. I hope you had a wonderful time. And as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye.